Welcome. Please sit in the chair. The show is about to begin.
Well, Courier, you've placed your bet. Let's see what the house has to offer.
Still waiting for that answer, Courier. Do you even know? Then why the hell did you place that bet? Oh, Eddie? Jesus, how long have you been there? No, I did not notice you coming in. I've had things on my mind. No, weirdly enough, our current predicament is not helping my ability to sleep. That's why I'm up here in the first place. But you might as well stick around. I could use the company. Yeah, thanks. What would I do without you? It's weird, isn't it? We've been here for a while now, but I've never come up here before. You saw how Raoul reacted to the Lucky 38. This place is legendary, and yet I've barely explored this place. I'm always on the move. Too busy to really slow down and appreciate anything. Or anyone, for that matter. Honestly, if things go badly tomorrow, I don't know what I should do. I hoped I would have an answer by now, but I've got nothing. I'm betting everything on my arguments winning him over, but beyond that, what else do you want me to say? I don't have a magical solution this time round. This is it. If this doesn't work, then it all comes crumbling down. Everything I planned for, everything I hoped for, it all goes up in flames. It wouldn't even be the first time for me, would it? Suddenly losing everything and having to start again. I mean, that's probably what happened after I got shot in Good Springs. I don't know what I lost before all that. Could have been royalty in the faraway kingdom for all I know. But this time I'll see it coming. And this time I've got other people hitched to my wagon as I drive closer to the cliff. Fuck it! This is pointless speculation on my part. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Could just be a pleasant conversation, at which point we can swiftly forget this whole tangent. Well, not you, obviously. You record everything. You've got all the blueprints and data backed up in triplicate, correct? Well then. I've stacked my deck as far as humanly possible. Only an idiot would deny the evidence I've got lined up. At the very least, it should buy me enough time to think of a better solution. And no, I am not kicking the can down the road. Is that a snow globe? Don't tell me that's the one they misplaced. I thought he had eyes and ears all over this building. Did he honestly not notice this? Actually, no. This is not misplaced. It's tucked away behind the cash register. I think someone tried to steal this from him. Maybe a pre-war employee? Wow. Makes you wonder what else they were planning behind his back. I guess he's not as all-seeing as he would like to believe. You're right. All this self-pity doesn't solve anything. It's just making me more nervous than I need to be. Then again, I did need to get that off my chest, so thanks, buddy. I'm going back to bed. I've got a big day tomorrow. Oh, a big day indeed.
Gamora is under
It's gonna
new
be okay.
management
It's
after
gonna
the
be
sudden
okay. It's
departure
gonna be.
of
Oh my God! Can I turn this radio off? Why do we need a radio in the elevator? I don't give a shit what Kachino has to say. Sorry about that, darling. I didn't sleep too well. The noise from the draft up here was really doing a number on me. Still waiting for the contractor to fix those windows?
You should have seen Mr. House when he heard what you did to the Omertas. He was as giddy as a schoolboy.
Oh, was he now? He certainly didn't act like that when I spoke to him about it. But then again, I guess he would only ever show his human side to his favorite squeeze. But anyway, I've got another snow globe for his collection.
You do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take it and put it with the rest of the collection.
And by that you mean downstairs in my suite, right? He's that proud of his collection he has to rub it in my face. That's the misplaced one, by the way. I found it in the cocktail lounge. I'm surprised you guys didn't spot it on any security cameras down there. You do have security cameras in this building, right? I guess I'll take that as a no then. Look, just take it. I need to have a word with your lover. I assumed you guys would have a generic response if you're presented with a question you don't have an answer to, but wow, you've got nothing. And you're supposed to be the face of New Vegas. There are so many issues that need to be ironed out. I'll be amazed if we're ready by the end of the year. But of course, we'll never get there if we don't sort out the biggest issue first. The proverbial big hoarder in the room. Dear God, this is gonna be an experience.
Have you destroyed the Brotherhood of Steel?
Not even gonna say hello, huh? Wow, what a great start. Okay, here's the situation. To answer your question, no, I have not. I've met them now, and I have a much better idea.
Go back to the bunker and destroy it. My directions have been clear from the start.
Yeah, I heard you the first time, but clearly you didn't hear me. So, let me try this again. I have a better idea. Look, I've infiltrated their bunker. I actually know what their current predicament is. Just hear me out, okay? Turns out, hiding in a bunker all day can lead to complications. The Brotherhood is in desperate and constant need for air filtration components. I just found some for them, but those came from vaults. There won't be any more of them out there. It's just a matter of time before the system fails again and they're forced out into the open. When that happens, they will be extremely vulnerable to the NCR or, indeed, the Securitron army. So, straight away, they're not even close to the threat you think they are. But it gets better, because right now they're still licking their wounds from Helios 1. But when they're ready, the first thing they're gonna want to do is strike back at the NCR. And it would be awfully convenient if they had a powerful ally. Do you see where I'm going with this?
I didn't ask you to tell me what they were planning. I asked you to kill them. This was a waste of time.
Waste of time? Gathering intel is a waste of time. Thinking about potential opportunities is a waste of time. Wow, is that how you ran your businesses back in the day? Is that how you want to run New Vegas going forward? No, I'm getting off topic. Let me spell this out. You alone have the technology to manufacture these components, and that's the leverage you need to force them to negotiate. It's not ideal, sure, but it gives us time to work them over. Make them understand that being friends with New Vegas is beneficial. And they're not completely unreasonable, believe it or not. They allowed me to join their ranks.
And why would you have done that?
Why? So that I can set this up. So that you can have a representative on the inside. They already see me as a hero for what I've done. How can you, an entrepreneur, not see the opportunity in that? I mean, worst case scenario, I can even surgically remove problematic members of their leadership if you're that unsure. Don't worry, I've done my fucking homework. I have the dirt. Point is, we can keep the organization intact and working for us.
Don't tell me you've fallen for the stories of noble paladins on crusade, preserving mankind's technology in a benighted age? Dross. In any case, this is an employer-employee relationship. I've given you an assignment, and the directions are clear.
Are you taking this seriously? This has nothing to do with ideology. You want to establish a technocracy with yourself as the head of everything. Fine, I get it. But you're gonna need technical experts in your technocracy to be your eyes, ears, and hands. No man rules alone. All you have right now is a bunch of dumb muscle with a lot of guns and not much else. And once you have the Securitron army up and running, you'll have a bunch of dumb robots with a lot of guns and not much else. Tell me, when you were running Robco, did you do that by yourself? Or did you have a team of people carrying out your vision? Did you have engineers making your robots? Did you have scientists doing your research? Did you have technicians maintaining your infrastructure? Well, I can't do all of that for you, so unless you have those people already frozen in your basement, at this moment in time, you're gonna need to recruit those kinds of skilled people from the wasteland. And where are you gonna find them outside of the NCR? Because let's be honest, there's no way they'll help you if you take the dam. There will be sanctions at the very least, so it's gotta be the followers of the Apocalypse, the Boomers, and the Brotherhood of Steel. Let's go through that list, shall we? Have you talked with the followers about recruiting medical experts? If you have, then that's news to me and them. The only thing the Boomers have that you give a shit about are their cannons and the bomber. You said nothing about their technicians. And the Brotherhood of Steel? You want me to blow them up with complete disregard for the expertise, the data, and the equipment they've gathered over the years. So let me ask you again, are you taking this seriously? Because I'm trying to. I've already done the legwork with the followers and the Boomers, and I'm making good progress with the Brotherhood. And you still want me to just straight up destroy them? I know I'm your employee, but you're making my job harder for no good reason. Just think for a minute.
There's nothing to think about. You have a job to do, so do it.
Did you hear a word I just said? You're not even going to address the points I just made? Have I literally been talking to a mechanical clock all this time? If you're going to reject my proposal, at least give me some counterpoints. Have I not earned that? Listen, I signed up for a two-way relationship, not to simply become your attack dog. That's what the NCR... Oh, shit. Oh, what was I thinking? That's all I was from the beginning, wasn't it? I should have looked up what the word protege really meant before I accepted anything. I guess the joke's on me. I mean, why would you listen to my opinions anyway? I'm just a courier, right? Well, you want the Brotherhood dead, and clearly there's nothing I can do to change that. I guess that only leaves me with one option. It's a good thing they already trust me. They'll never see it coming.
Goodbye.
Yes. My apologies. Like you said, I wasted your time. Clearly, I misunderstood my role in your grand scheme. Clearly, I should readjust my thinking. Well, don't worry, because by the time I get back, I will have done exactly that. And hopefully, we can forget we ever had this unfortunate conversation. But thank you, by the way, for clarifying everything, because you're right. I am an employee. I should learn my place. And that's exactly what I will do. Because at the end of the day, the only things coming out of my mouth are the ramblings of someone who thinks he knows more than he does. God help anyone who listens to me. God help them all. I'm just a courier. That's all I was. That's all I am. And that's all I'll ever be. Yeah, you can stop now, Eddie. Ready for the next recording? Okay. Hey everybody, listen up! I've got news from upstairs. We have quite the mission ahead of us. It's too complicated to explain right now, but grab all of your gear and as much caps from the safe as you can. We're gonna need to buy a lot more ammo and much bigger guns. Wait for me at the follower's safe house. Once I'm done with reconnaissance, I'll meet you there and explain the situation in detail. I know, it's a far cry compared to the Lucky 38, but come on, you've all slept in worse places. Don't let all the luxury soften you up. I'll be there as soon as I can, but if I don't make it by nightfall, then just go to sleep. We'll speak in the morning. Yeah, that's it. Well, there's nothing else to say. I fucked up. It's as simple as that. This is what happens when a man who thinks he can make no mistakes makes one. I honestly didn't think it would be like this. The NCR had the excuse of being a massive bureaucracy with the efficiency of a car without wheels. But what's this guy's excuse? I'm trying my fucking hardest to keep as many doors open for him as possible, and this is what I get. No, I've already made my decision, Eddie. You heard what I said in that recording. I wasn't bullshitting anyone. That's rare, I know. But for everybody's sake, this has to be done. You know, it's funny. For a brief moment, I thought he was going to kill me right there and then. But he didn't. Even after everything I said, he still thought I was just going to be his good little employee. Does that sound like a good leader to you? Me neither. So, here's what I want you to do. Go back to the Lucky 38, gather the gang, and play them that recording. Make it loud enough so that if House has the place bugged, he can hear it loud and clear. Yes, you're right. Go get Grandma first, then go to the Lucky 38. Escort everybody to the safe house. When the time comes, remember to play the first recording. And I mean all of it. Well, stay tuned to the radio. You'll know exactly when. Good grief. The Brotherhood sure doesn't do anything by half measure, do they? I mean, if this is the kind of thing they have lying around in the random safe house, imagine what they have in the main armory. Whew, yeah, there's no fucking way I'm carrying this around without power armor. Yeah, As much as I love to, there's no way I can fit through the opening wearing that. Plus, I don't think I can stay incognito while I'm on the strip in one of those. Even House would notice that. Plus, can the Lucky 38 elevator even support that much weight? It's not worth it. Not when I have my secret weapon. Eddie, listen. I haven't been good to you. Do you hear me? I know you don't want to think about it, but that recording wasn't just for the others. It was also for you. This is how it should be. This is how it must be. Do you understand? Good. Good. Now get going. Send me a signal once the Lucky 38 is clear. And thank you, Eddie. Thank you for everything. Oh, Vegas, baby, that's the song you're gonna give me? Oh, you know me so well. Oh, I'm gonna miss you. You know that? Of course you do. Though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. As I go riding merrily along. And they say, oh, ain't you glad you're single? And that song ain't so very far from wrong. Ah, pure bliss. You know, on this night, I really am glad I'm single. It makes this whole thing so much easier. And no one here knows that history is about to be made. Then again, when does anyone ever know that? Hello, Victor. How are you doing?
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again. Boss is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
Ah, don't worry. I just need to grab a few things from my room. The boss man is sending me to hell and back, so I might as well pack some heavy firepower, if you know what I mean. Listen, there's a very good chance I'm not coming back alive, so, if we don't ever see each other again, I just wanted to say thanks for digging me out back in Good Springs. Imagine how differently things would be if you weren't there. Mr. House should thank you as much as me for getting the ball rolling. So, yeah. Pray to your machine god that everything goes smoothly.
See you soon.
I like your optimism, Victor. I really do. You know, House should have used your personality for all of the Securitrons. Who wouldn't prefer a friendly cowboy for their killer robots, am I right? Yeah, if only Bobby could be as lighthearted and carefree as you. If only. You know, for once, the atmosphere in this place is actually fitting. Okay, are either of you gentlemen going to give me any trouble? It's your last chance. You know, I'm starting to think Bobby isn't listening in through these guys. All my careful wording might have been for nothing. Either way, this game of ours is coming to an end. Destiny awaits.
Listeners have been unable to pick up radio broadcasts from Black Mountain recently. Most are calling the static, quote, a welcome improvement.
Oh, I'm coming after your station next if you don't shut up. Hello, darling, I'm back. I've got big news, and no, it's not another snow globe. Oh, and Bobby's here too. Fantastic. Hey, listen, I'd rather not hurt you, so please stand aside. Hey, want to see a magic trick? I made him fall over. Uh-oh. Okay, you go, girl. Ow. Sorry about that.
Vacate the premises immediately.
Bobby, listen, we need to talk. Ow, really? Jesus. Okay, well, that is just childish. Now I have to break your toys. Okay. Nobody's impressed, young man. You're just messing up your own room. Now I have to clean this shit up.
All Securitrons are in a state of high alert.
Hate to break this to you, Bobby, but they're not doing so well. They're just falling over left, right, and center. Oh, thank you for leading me to this little beauty, Veronica. Consider this your revenge against the man who wanted your family dead.
The Lucky 38 will be your grave. I'll finish what Benny couldn't get right.
With what? More robots? Go ahead, I'll make them fall over too.
Why are you doing this?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Remember how I said I would readjust my thinking regarding our little relationship? Well, you're not gonna like my conclusions. The problem here is that you assume that money and power are the only real motivators out there. That's why you never understood the Brotherhood, and that's why you didn't see this coming. Do you know who Veronica is? That's rhetorical, I already know you don't. Well, let me educate you. She's one of my friends. No, she's family. And guess what? She's a member of the Brotherhood, which means I was never going to kill them. You could have offered me all the money in the world and I wouldn't have betrayed her. I would never hurt any of my family for your sake. I'll send us both to hell long before that. But what do you know about loyalty anyway? You can't put a price on it.
Hold on. Now hold on. Just a moment.
Oh, it's too late now for both of us. You really misjudged me, didn't you? Then again, I shouldn't be surprised. We're talking about the same guy who made Benny, the slimiest bastard this side of the Colorado, his number 2. The same man who didn't think the Omertas would try to take over. Nor did he think the White Glove Society might go back to their old ways. Never mind predicting what the NCR and the Legion will do, you didn't even know what was happening in your own backyard. But it gets worse. You didn't learn a damn thing from Benny's betrayal. Otherwise, you would have dug up every ounce of dirt about me and my companions by now. A former NCR sniper and an active member of the Brotherhood of Steel living in your own casino. Fucking hell, you don't even know what's happening in the room next door. Some genius you turned out to be. And what did your brilliant plan boil down to in the end? You bet everything on one person being able to crawl out of his own grave, tracking down the platinum chip, and being willing to submit to you? And after all that, you didn't bother to do your fucking homework on who he is, what motivates him, and who his friends and family are. Hang on a minute, open antechamber? Is that it? You didn't put a password on this thing after you gave me your little demonstration in the basement? Oh, let me guess. You never thought I would betray you, is that it? Oh, how wrong you were.
Turn around and leave, and I won't attack you any further.
First off, your bargaining posture is highly dubious. Secondly, I don't even care. You have no idea how cathartic this feels. Finally, I don't have to hide what I'm thinking anymore.
Damn it, will you die already?
Funny, I'm pretty sure that's what Benny thought just before I killed him. And so did Caesar after that. Isn't that why you kept me around in the first place? Because I'm difficult to kill? And don't bother sending Securitrons to the presidential suite, by the way. I already sent my friends away, just in case you try to hold them hostage. Well, I got them deep enough in this shit already. This is between you and me, motherfucker.
Vegas will still rise again. Your betrayal won't defeat me.
Look around you, Bobby. I think you'll find that I already have.
Ironic how this turned out. The thousands of hours I spent calculating odds, running projections, planning for every contingency, only to be done in by a mail carrier with a grandiosity complex.
Thousands of hours? Every eventuality? I think you spent too much time on what might happen in the next 10 years when you should have looked at what might happen in the next 10 days. Here's a better question. What do you think is gonna happen in the next 10 minutes? Why don't we have a little chat about that, face to face? I said face to face. What the hell? How is this a control room?
Just stay away from the console. It doesn't do anything.
Oh, don't tell me you really are just a computer, Bobby. That will be one hell of a letdown, I have to say. Whatever happened to flesh and blood? Whatever happened to commercializing the technology for longevity? Your words, not mine. What the hell is this thing? A generator? Oh. Oh my god. Well, I think we might just have that face-to-face chat after all. So, is this the console that doesn't do anything? Well, in that case, you wouldn't mind if I have a look at the contents now, would you? Did you put a password on this terminal? I guess not. Not that it would have helped, mind you. I would have either hacked my way through this, or I could have just put a few bullets into the glass. Either way, it's about time you took a breath of fresh air. Warning, microbial infection risk. Proceed? Okay, well, when I said fresh air, I meant highly contaminated air. But hey, I'm sure your space-age technology can compensate for that. After all, you planned for every contingency, right? Alright. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've been waiting for. May I present Robert House, former CEO of Robco, self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. At long last, here he is in the flesh. I think we left him in the fridge for too long, folks. Wow, look at the state of you. You know, when you said you might commercialize this technology one day, I think I'm good, thanks. You weren't kidding when you said the procedure was costly.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone.
Fucking hell, you really do have selective hearing, don't you? You tried to force me to hurt my family, and you wonder why I would have a problem with that? Although, to be perfectly honest, I was already starting to have doubts about your idea of utopia, and your charming attitude towards criticism didn't help one bit. Oh, but then you made things personal. That's what broke the Brahmin's back.
Fool! To let personalities derail future of mankind. Stupid!
Future of mankind? Listen to yourself. After everything, you still think you're the best hope for humanity? Why? Why should a man like you guide us? Because you have the power? Because you saved the city? Because you think you're owed this position? Like it's some kind of birthright? Oh, I'm sure you agree with all those reasons, but you didn't consider this simple fact. All you can ever do is rule by proxy, whether it's through your robots or through me. Oh sure, I said no man can rule alone, but look at yourself. You can never directly engage or understand the people you rule over, not face to face. To them, all you can ever be is some nebulous being, some thing that people have vague notions about. How can you expect people to trust someone they can't even begin to comprehend? Someone so far removed from their daily lives that you might as well be a figure of myth. Is it any wonder that you're so short on loyalty? I mean, outside of the three families and your robots, who could you count on? Even then, your influence over those degenerates is fucking tenuous at best. You know, the irony is that by making me your errand boy, none of the people out there even knew that you were behind me. All they saw was this glorified mail carrier, as you put it, solving their problems and saving their lives. I was the face of it. Any loyalty they had is to me, not you. I've actually walked in their shoes. I've shouldered their burdens. I have bled and sweated for them. How can you possibly compete with that, lying in your mechanical casket, talking through a screen like some kind of ghost? You can't even stand on your own 2 feet anymore.
Your vanity project, doomed to fail.
Vanity project? That's fucking rich coming from you. But you think this is about me? You think I'm trying to take over? I merely stated objective fact, that my reputation with these people are completely divorced from yours. They trust me far more than they will ever trust you. But honestly, once upon a time, I would have found suggestions that I could take power like that flattering. But now? That's a fucking insult. I've seen what I would have to do to play this game, the sort of lines I would have to cross. That's why I disobeyed the NCR in the first place. They wanted you dead, you know that? I was supposed to be their scalpel to remove you from the equation. But I actually tried to make a case for you. Just like I tried to do with the Brotherhood. Because political assassination on the NCR's behalf was a line I wasn't willing to cross. I actually believed that you deserve a say in the future of New Vegas. But oh dear, you somehow found a way to push me even further than the NCR did. That's why I've reconsidered my position. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm going to cross that original line right now. Because when it comes down to you versus my family, you're nothing. You think of yourself as the future of humanity, but at the end of the day, Robert House, you are just a man. A man who tried to cheat death and to play God. And for a brief moment, I was the fucking idiot who actually swallowed your bullshit. I guess I should be grateful for your lack of judgment, because until you started going on about the Brotherhood, I was as blind as you. I even convinced my family to walk away from the NCR, something that could have offered them a viable future. Well, to hell with that. The truth is, even though I'm doing this for selfish reasons, it's still for the best. Because no one with such blind arrogance deserves to rule anything. And that includes me. The world is a better place without people like us in charge. The Reaper is standing behind you now. I know him well. And I think he's waited long enough.
May there be a hell for you. A Tartarus, bleak, unending.
Oh, there is. But you know what? I was born from it. and it's not my time to go home just yet.
If this statement is being broadcast, I, Robert Edwin House, am deceased. Please approach a Securitron and take one of the printed obituaries.
Hello, friends. This is the Courier. If you're listening to this, that means I have either killed Mr. House, or I have died trying. I'm sure you'll figure out which one actually happened soon enough. Right now, you're probably confused, or even angry, that I have done this without consulting you. I completely understand. The reason I didn't tell you is twofold. The complicated reason is because I know you would have insisted on joining me, to watch my back like you always do. But House is not just some random fiend or legionary. He is a titan in the Mojave. Killing him would unleash demons upon the one who pulled the trigger. And while that's something I can deal with, I don't want any of you to get caught in the crossfire. Trust me, if I had followed my original orders and killed him then, I would have done so alone too. Plausible deniability is your friend. It's the only way I can protect you. But the simpler reason is because I am ashamed. I am ashamed that I took you all down this path. I am ashamed that I belittled your beliefs and convictions just to promote my own grand designs. Designs that turn out to be nothing but dead ends. So why did it come to this? Why did I betray him? Honestly, I thought I could trust him. I thought we understood each other. I thought there was at least a modicum of mutual respect. But I was wrong. Oh, I was comically wrong. Not only did he ignore my concerns at every turn, he wanted me to betray you. To kill the people you consider family. He wanted me to break your heart and destroy your world, just so he could build his. I will not reveal which one of you he targeted, because ultimately that doesn't matter. For the longest time I didn't want to face this reality, but Robert House does not care who he must crush to achieve his goals. He would not compromise. What's 100 more deaths if it means making his utopia a reality? The needs of the many outweighs the needs of the few, right? But we all know there's no end to that road. How long before he makes me do the same again, to another one of you, out of some fucking convenience? And then another. And another. Until none of you are left. I once dreamt of a future with House ruling Vegas as a governor on the NCR's behalf. That seems laughably naive now. I hate to say this, but Moore was right about House. He would rather burn Vegas to the ground than to swear fealty to someone else. No future government in Vegas can possibly survive with him alive, but not at the top. It would have been his way or the highway. And so he had to die. And I had to be the one to do it. I fucked up. Thanks to my own blind arrogance, I made you follow the whims of a monster. You all trusted me and my judgment. You hitched yourselves to me and I jumped off a cliff. How many more times can I afford to make such a mistake before I get one of you killed? The consequences of my bad decisions are far too great. I am not worthy of your trust. That is why I'm ashamed. That is why I am not before you now to explain this in person. I I am afraid. I am afraid to face you and your judgment. Oh, this is what all men of great ego ultimately boils down to, isn't it? We are all fundamentally cowards. Cowards who cannot face the possibility of being wrong, let alone the consequences. For that, I am not fit to lead this team. For that, I resign. You can tell Colonel Moore that I have fulfilled her mission. All obstacles to the annexation of New Vegas have been removed. And that includes me. I am leaving the Mojave. If I cannot face any of you, the people I consider family, then what is there left for me here? Nothing. If anyone from the NCR comes after you in the hopes of finding me, tell them they're wasting their time. I have no obligation to the NCR. I stand by everything I said about them. There may come a time when they ask me to cross more lines I cannot accept. And if they cannot use me as an asset, then they will inevitably see me as an opponent. Well, they won't have to worry about that anymore. But, believe it or not, I am glad about that. I never knew what a burden all this was until now. See, what no one truly understands, not the Legion, not the NCR, not even House or Benny, is that we are all nothing more than players sitting at the gambling table. The true master of the house is the Mojave herself. The price she offers is beyond anything you can imagine. All you have to do is bet your life, your soul, and everyone you care about. Oh, but the Mojave will bleed you dry long before she plays her own winning hand. So, let the NCR try their luck. I doubt it would turn out the way they hoped. Because Benny was right. The game was rigged from the start. And it seems like I'm the only one who knows when to fold. So I guess this is goodbye. Perhaps one day we'll see each other again. On that day, I hope I'll be a better person. One who truly deserves your trust. But if our travels together mean anything to you, even a fraction of what they mean to me, then I hope each of you can listen to one last thing. Eddie, when I found you in Prim, I thought you were just another robot, but you have more heart than most people. I'm sure you know how much of a difference the data you carry would make to the wasteland. So, as we agreed, please give Arcade and Veronica each a copy of your databank. Let them decide how to best use the treasures you carry. I'm sorry I didn't take your mission seriously. Please, go forth to Navarro and fulfill your destiny. There I hope you find someone who can truly take care of you and give you the treatment and respect you deserve. Boone, I hope you can find some peace in this terrible world we live in. You already lost one family, but that doesn't mean you can't find another. In fact, I hope I have found you one. I'm sure the others feel the same way. The NCR will no doubt welcome you back into their ranks. They need good, reliable people like you. I apologize for being such an insufferable jackass. And I also apologize for not giving you the opportunity to say I told you so. Maybe some other time, huh? Veronica, it breaks my heart to know that I couldn't find a permanent solution to your problem. Perhaps it was foolish for me to even try, but I don't regret trying anyway. The databank Eddie will give you contains far more than just the data he originally carried. It has all the schematics for the air filtration components. I have also left you all of the advanced weapon prototypes we found in the presidential suite. Do with them however you wish. I trust you will have better judgment than me. Cass, fortune has been harsh to you. I saw that with my own eyes. I know I can be a pain in the neck sometimes, but I hope that through our time together you have come to realize that not everyone is motivated by self-interest. That sometimes someone out there is willing to get you on your feet just because they want to. I have only taken enough caps to get me going on the road. The rest I leave to all of you to split amongst yourselves. Obviously, I can't tell you how to spend your share, but you should have more than enough caps to start a new caravan company. Whatever you do, just don't spend it all on whiskey, okay? Rex, you can't really understand this, so I guess this is just me spinning my guts. I'm sure you'll understand your spirit. You are a good boy, Rex. I just wish you would take care of yourself a bit better. Perhaps the others will return you to the king. Or perhaps they'll keep you around. Regardless, I hope you live the rest of your life in peace and comfort. I think you've earned it. Arcade, I guess you're the other person I owe an apology to. You saw all of this coming. You tried to warn me, but I didn't listen. If anyone deserves to lead this team, I think it's you. Eddie's databank will also contain a copy of the agricultural data we found in Vault 22. I'm sure the followers will appreciate that. More importantly, I will leave the Lucky 38 open to all of you, including the databanks there. Your colleague didn't have much success when House was alive. Maybe now things will be different. Grandma, I don't know if I had any real grandparents, but if they were even half as sweet as you, I would have been a lucky child. I know that your past is important to you, but so is your health. Please speak to Doc Henry. Let him know that you don't want to forget your old life. Let him help you find a way to preserve your memories. And please don't try to find me. I need to be alone to figure things out. We all have to grow up someday, right? Raoul, we didn't spend much time together, and that is a shame. In the past, I would have been more than happy to try and figure out your problems and try to solve them somehow. But considering the bad decisions I've made recently, maybe it would have been a disaster anyway. If any of the others are still listening, I think Raoul deserves a safer, more permanent home, and a family to watch his back. So please, give him a chance. Think of it as my final request, if nothing else. Well, enough delaying. It's time to face the music. If I'm still alive after all this, I'll take it as a sign that it's time for me to leave it all behind. The power, the temptations, the sins. Time to return to my roots. After all, I'm just a courier. That's all I was. That's all I am. And that's all I'll ever be.
Howdy. My name is Jed Masterson, and I'm a caravan boss for the Happy Trails Caravan Company.